Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. As most of you probably know, Nathan and me were on a live chat yesterday. You guys probably know I've only just come back from London. I got another car for the channel, as you guys probably are aware. It didn't go as planned. I was meant to get a diesel, but after much bidding and going to view a load of diesels, people are messing around. The people I went to go and see, they weren't either showing up after I told them what the business I do and making sure there was no big problems with it. The ones I did go and see, I went and saw one all the way up in Bradford, ended up having a turbo whistle. The guy lied to me. Then it had a dip in the idle, which were injectors. Obviously I'm wanting something for the channel, but obviously to do injector change is quite a pig on them cars, and obviously it requires a lot of effort, a slide hammer, as you guys know, and it's not an easy job, and they're obviously expensive and hard to come by because the diesels are so wanted in this country. I did try my best to get a diesel, but everyone I went and saw, most of them in the UK, are owned by a load of, as we call it, wankers here. They're owned by a load of them, and they're just arseholes with them. So in the end, we end up getting something a lot different. I think it's a very good condition for its age. It's not that high mileage. It's a very clean car compared to what you usually find in the UK. It's not very easy to come across these in this condition, and especially with this spec. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to show you the car, and I'm going to show you what we end up purchasing in the end for the channel. And obviously, yeah, I hope you guys are ready for me to start working on this and obviously show you a load of videos on this car. Obviously I know this engine as well. I've had it quite a few times in my life. I've done quite a few bits of it in my life on this car itself, but obviously never had this particular car. I've had them in other models, which we'll go for after I show you it, but never this one. So let's go to the car and I'll show you what car it is we got now. So as you'll see guys, this is the car. This is the one that I went and purchased. Now many of you will think, what engine size is it? Why did I buy this? Well, when I was looking for cars, this popped up on the last day before I was coming back to where I live in London. It popped up the night, and I asked the guy if he'd accept my offer. I explained to him what I do, and he said I could have it for my price that I wanted. Now, you guys are probably not going to know how much I paid for this, but to give you the God's honest truth, I only paid £1,000 for this car. For an E46 with, as you can see, no rust around the wings anywhere, and obviously on this side as well, no rust, and how clean it is, being an M Sport as well. This is a full M Sport car, not your standard SE. £1,000 is about, I don't know, $1,300 in the US, and this is all I give for this car. And as you can see, this is probably one of the cleanest. As many of you UK watchers will know, this is very rare to come across with no rust on the wings. I found this car, it was looked after by a Greek owner. The guy was Greek. Him and his wife were driving it, but the guy took particularly care of this car. Obviously, he's told me everything was done. I don't have service history. As you can see here, it is a 330i. It's got a very clean MOT history. And as you'll see, it's full M Sport. It's actually a very nice car. I got it in the 5-door because I prefer it. The wheels have just been resprayed black, which we've got sitting on the MV2s with all Bridgestone tyres all round. The guys only just put them on a few months ago. Inside, you have the full black interior of the M Sport steering wheel, as you'll see. Harman Kardon sound system, Bluetooth inside the car as well. The car is fully loaded. Obviously it's got the shark fin for the Bluetooth, which, as you guys know, isn't very it's very rare on these cars. It's a 53. As you know, it wasn't the facelift one, it was the pre-facelift, but I didn't want a facelift one. I've had these in convertible, and to be honest, I prefer them on the pre-facelift than I do on the facelift. I don't know why, that's just my opinion. And I got it, I could have got this on a facelift. I'm not gonna lie on the channel here and say I couldn't have got it. I actually could have gone and got a convertible facelift 325 CI in gunmetal grey M Sport 1 with the facelift, but I chose not to. And the reason why is where I live, we get a lot of rain. If I had bought that car, the roof is going to get very messed up down there. We have a lot of seagulls down there because I'm near the seaside. They will just crap all over the roof, destroy the roof, and the roof is quite high maintenance. I would have bought a hard top because they're going quite down now in price, but it still doesn't warrant me having a convertible. Me and my missus discussed it, and like she said, it's not going to be worth me having a convertible. It requires more maintenance than it should. Where with a hard top, as you see, in the UK we don't get a sunroof, so we don't have that problem with water running down the drains. But this is the car in general. As I say, it is a good car. It is actually clean. It's even got the original BMW mats. Steering wheel hasn't even got no wear. This has had the recalls done for the airbags. As you'll see here, the mileage is 154,000, which isn't nothing on a 330, but then so was the convertible I was going to buy. It was on 152,000. So I had the choice, buy that or buy this. The reason I picked this one, because how clean it was. The 325 Ci needed work on the rear bumper. It had quite scratches. It wasn't serious enough that I wanted it. With this car, these are the only ones that are going to make it into a classic, being a 330i M Sport. And this is why, in all, I picked this car over the 325, because the 325s are not very sought after as the 330 are. So as you can see, it is a very clean car for what it is, the year as well, and the mileage. The guy did look after it well. This is the kind of cars we get here in the UK. This is how looked after they are. We don't end up getting, I know you guys in America get a lot of crap for the money you pay, but obviously the BMs you get in America, I wouldn't pay not even a penny for. If BMW didn't make them like this, in a sport version, as I say to everyone, I wouldn't even be interested in BMW. I don't think I'd be interested in any German car if it didn't have the sport package like this. I mean, this is the only reason I like BMW is because of this. I don't like it because of their engines or because of anything else, because of their drive. I like it because of the way they're styling. That's all I like it for their aerodynamics kit. As you'll see, the rear diffuser. Everyone says about M Sport in the US only being the steering wheel suspension. As you can see, this one, it has got the M Sport suspension, but also this is what we call the aerodynamics bumpers. It helps with the speed of the car, and actually, because it sits very low, to actually go a lot quicker, and the handling rides a lot better. As you'll see, the suspension sits very, very low, and it rides very hard as well, as any M Sport cars do. These ride very, very hard. Obviously my missus drove it back. She wasn't very happy with it because she found it very uncomfortable. She prefers her E60, and she finds everything too close. But I suppose this is why these cars are going to be the last of a classic. These are already in the classic section on the catalogue, as many of you probably are aware already. As you'll see, it's even got the iPhone dock there. The guy who owned it, I must say, looked after this car extremely well. The Harman Kardon pounds like anything in the car. As you'll see, all the doors open, all the windows work on it. I've checked everything on this car. It comes with obviously both keys. I don't buy usually cars with only one key or anything like that. They need to have both keys for me to even warrant taking them, because it shows obviously how well it's been looked after. I think the guy did have another exhaust system on it beforehand and he took it off. They've also removed the parking sensor button, which is a plus, because that thing just gets on my nerves. It's got parking sensors, as you can see on the rear, but the parking sensor button has been removed. They don't beep. I don't actually think the E46 actually has a parking sensor button. They just go in reverse and work, but they don't seem to be working. It's a good thing. I haven't checked it. Obviously, we've got a lot to be doing on this car. You know, it's the M54 engine, which I'm going to show you quickly. So as you can see there, that's the M54 engine. We are going to be doing the water pump and the thermostat, even though the guy, when I told him I was going to be doing this, his question was to me is why? Why am I going to be touching it all? There's nothing wrong with it. But for me, there is something wrong with it. I can't risk driving this car. I'm going to be using this car as I've got to do the water pump thermostat on my E60. That car's been ultra reliable to me. I've gone to London twice now in the space of a week. I've run over 10,000 miles, and still on this original water pump. I'm now approaching 160,000 miles. On the M52 engine, as people say they always fail. Well, my one's still on original. I'm not going to take the chance anymore. I'm going to change it, even though I believe that car will still carry on, but I'm not going to take that chance. You'll see here, there's no valve cover leaks. Everything's cushy on the valve cover, so that's one thing we won't even have to touch here. I believe the guy did say to me this has been changed recently, which I believe it would, because this is not a hard engine to actually change it. We're going to be doing the CCV. I think this might have been changed as well in its life. I don't think it wouldn't have not, because most people here look after them. As I said to you before, obviously the oil's fine. It's just had a new disvalve, because the guy told me. It's had a new ABS sensor. It's had a new DSC pressure switch. It's had quite a few little bits and bobs done. We are going to be changing the fan clutch on it as well. I am going to obviously be changing the coolant at the same time when we do the thermostat and water pump. But apart from that, guys, like I say, this car is been ultra reliable. I mean, we traveled 400 miles back with it without a problem. As you guys know, usually in America or some in the UK, they break the bonnet catch. It's common on E39s, but everyone I've had luckily hasn't had that. Touch wood, it hasn't, because obviously most people know when you don't pull it by the bonnet catch to open the bonnet, you pull the catch here and then you lift the bonnet up with that. You don't use that to lift the whole bonnet up, the catch to lift the bonnet up, shall I say. But as you can see, guys, it's got the MV2 wheels. I'm not sure what I'm doing with them yet. I might be putting them on my car, on my E60. I'm not 100% sure. I might be taking these off, putting them on my E60 and putting my E61s, the silver ones, back on it. These were meant to come, if I'm completely honest with you, as it's pre-facelift, they're meant to come with MV1 alloys. So whoever owned this car has changed them and changed them around to make it, give it the MV2s, but I think that it suits the car a lot better. The one thing it has got a problem with now, it's just got a blow in the exhaust as we come back on the last road, on the last 100 miles back to where I live. It now got a blow in the exhaust from the, it's nothing major, that's the only thing it had, but no lights, no overheating, nothing. This car drove perfect. My missus was actually happy with it. As people know, even Nathan said to me, he thought that something was going to happen because in the US you wouldn't make it back even 100 miles with this car. But usually here, as I said to you, here they're not allowed to, people here are not allowed to sell you cars that bad, otherwise you can sue them. So that's why people here do not sell you cars that completely gone. They have to be fully running and fully working unless they state it's spares or repairs. If they don't state it's spares or repairs, you can sue them. And they will be in big trouble. But as you see, the car stance is very nice with the M Sport kit on it. The ones you guys get in the US, as I say, even with the orange indicators, man, that's just ugly. That's really ugly. And sometimes with the orange markers on your front bumper, that stuff I can't stand. As I tell a lot of people, you guys in the US, try and import ones from here. Don't buy them in your country. They're not worth it. They're made in a different country. Ours are all made in Germany. Yours are made in South Africa or another place, I'm not sure where. But all of these come direct from Germany. And that's why we get the high-tech models, the M Sport styling. And as you can see, it makes the whole difference. Black interior. It's everything I actually wanted on a car. I was meant to get an E39. The guy was away at the time. He ended up getting back to me after I purchased this. And I said to him, look, I can't purchase it. But he's planning to keep it for me for another month until I can, because he knows what I'm doing as well, and he's planning for me to go and get it. That's a 530i as well. That's an aging edition, same as what I had on my diesel. He said to me that if he'll hold it for a month for me because he's not in a rush to sell it because he's away at the moment. So when he comes back, if I want it, I can still have it for the same price. Me and him agreed. So that's going to be another car I'm probably going to be getting this month, but I want to focus on getting this ready because this is going to be the car I'm going to be using. We still got, this has got MOT to November. It had a clean MOT. It passed with no advisories, which is a very good thing for a car like this. As you see, the car is just mint. Like, you guys in the UK, please comment below, so the US can see this is a common problem in our country of corrosion. These wings corrode. Usually they only corrode either from the salt from our roads or from when people don't wash them enough. I know the guy who owned this, and you can clearly see by the condition, he washed this 3 times a week to stop that happening with this car. He washed it 3 times a week without fail, all the time, and that's the whole reason why this doesn't have any rust. But as I say, it is blowing from the exhaust. The car, like I say, drives absolutely perfect. They've just done new brake pads on it, but we are going to be changing the discs on it because this is another thing people do here. They change the pads but never the discs, and then it causes vibration as they're warped through the steering wheel. I had this with my E60 as well, and that's why I had them changed. But that's it, guys. This is going to be the new car for the channel. I hope you enjoy it. This is the 330i. It is a very good looking car. As I say, it wasn't easy finding a clean one, especially for the channel, because I didn't want to buy nothing rusty. But as you can see, I'm very happy with it. Very happy with my purchase right there. So that's it. This is a full M Sport E46, as many of you in the US don't get to see. But this is our models, what we get here. Well, we do get the models like you guys, but as I say, I just won't touch them. That's my personal opinion. I won't touch because I don't see the point in them. They don't come really with much in them, and as I say, they either come with an ugly steering wheel, or they're just look very shabby on the outside. As I say, this has got presence. This gets noticed a lot. It gets a lot of looks because it's M Sport, and it's also going to be a classic. The M Sport ones are the only ones that are making it into a classic. Any original E46 or E39 is not going to make it into a classic. The only ones that are making it into a classic are the 530i M Sport, the 330i M Sport, E46. They're the only ones that are going into a classic. Any original, and the other one is the E38 728i Sport. Anything other than that will not be making it into the classic section. But that's it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is BMW Dr. Dean here, and as you can see, we are going to start working on this car. The next video is going to be probably to come is going to be the water pump, thermostat, and the drive bell. After that, we are going to be doing the exhaust as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that, or I've actually got a good shop who know me very, very well, who might just put it, I think it just needs a new gasket, which I might end up buying a new gasket. I might end up doing it myself, who knows, but we'll soon find out. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the new car, and thanks for watching, and goodbye.